when we design the application in C#, CLR, known as MS Cori, .dll, written in C++, and SDK programming of C. देखो कैसे स्टार्ट हुआ है ये वर्ड. ये वर्ड तुम बोलते, that's most important. When we design the program in C#, CLR is set to be MS Cori.dll, written in C++, and API calls are SDK programming of C. SDK programming of C. This is operating system dependent, Windows dependent. The .NET CLR is Windows dependent. CLR is available in app domain. So CLR host in app domain. App domain is a lightweight process. A process can have multiple threads. So difference between a thread and process. So process can have multiple threads. So worker process is a threading environment for MVC and ASP.NET. But unfortunately, fortunately, so for .NET Core, so Castrol is a threading environment. Castrol does not use the threading of IS. Castrol uses own threads to manage your application, because Castrol is written in Node.js and Node.js runs in single thread. So how a single thread can manage the concurrent request? That's most important. How single thread can handle a concurrent request due to event loop architecture. Go and read what is event loop architecture, where Castrol is using single thread, and how multiple requests can be done concurrently over the single thread. That's most important, due to event loop architecture. Event loop architecture. So CLR is host in app domain, and app domain is a lightweight process, and process can have multiple threads. An app domain process is host over, or app domain is available in Win32 process. And Win32 process is host on kernel. Look at it. So kernel is basically the actual threading environment for operating system. So thread generates from kernel, as the magnet generates a current. Magnet generates a current, then we can have the light, the fan, the AC. Similarly, the kernel generates a thread, right? And gives to Win32 process. So Win32 process is a hosting environment for C and C++. Okay. And your C# is hosting environment for app domain. So application written in .NET runs in app domain. Okay. And CLR is host in app domain. Okay. It means CLR does not CLR does not generate a thread. Rather than CLR provides you thread to run your application. Okay. Cedar does not generate a thread, rather than Cedar gives you thread to run your application. Then Sandeep, who generates a thread, look at the diagram, kernel generates a thread and pass the threads to Win32 process or to app domain. And Cedar is available within the app domain. So app domain is a hosting environment for .NET based application. But unfortunately, the .NET Core also uses Sandeep C Sharp. So what's the difference between the C Sharp written in .NET Core and C Sharp written in Studio.NET? Oh my God. The C Sharp written in .NET Core runs over the local server is called Castro. So when you go for .NET Run, .NET Build, they start the lightweight hosting environment. It means Castrol is a hosting environment for any products in .NET Core. It is similar to app domain in .NET. Okay, app domain is similar to the Castrol because Castrol app domain is having multiple threads and Cedar is one of the person is using the threads from the app domain and gives to your application. Okay. Cedar is one of the person from app domain to utilize the threads, and Win32 process decides how much threads we have to give to app domain. It depends on the version of .NET. Oh my God. So the version of .NET depends how much you can have the number of threads. Then Win32 process gives a thread to the app domain, and Cedar is a runtime environment which utilize the threads available in a process. Okay. So developer writes a program. Developer writes a program, and CLR gives only two threads as a conjuice. CLR gives two threads to your application. Only two threads. And we have multiple threads in app domain. But Sandeep Karan, how many threads are there in app domain? Can you tell me? It depends on the version of .NET and depends on the version of an operating system. So on the basis of that, Win32 gives a threads to app domain. Okay. 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 So runtime environment provides two threads to your application. Two threads. One for background task, one for foreground task. But Sandeep sir, I'm developing the application in Windows, in WPF. So how we can handle the entire application by this single thread. And the background thread is for garbage collection. Okay. That's why garbage collection is a 24/7. I mean to say garbage collection runs in a background. Okay. This is the cause why garbage collection runs in background, because garbage collection has got a separate thread to run the background process. Okay. And your foreground process, your user interface, Windows form, your main, moving from one Windows form to second Windows form. So you have got single thread. But threads are very expensive. According to Microsoft article, threads are very expensive. Point one. Managing a thread is very complex. And threads are really expensive. The reason is when you go for creating a new thread, it's just a lightweight process, because a process can have multiple threads and you use one or two threads from the process. That's why it is a lightweight process. Okay, okay. The threads are expensive. The reason is when you decided to run this function by the thread, function has been executed. Now thread, after that, where thread is gone? That's most important question. Have you shut down the generator? Oh shit, yeah. How you can generate a thread then? Start again generator. So once you occupy the thread to run your function, when function is executed, so where is the thread? The thread is returned to the app domain, and app domain will manage your thread. It means your thread is being managed by the operating system. After a few seconds, Sandeep, I want to run other functions over a separate thread. The reason is it's a time-consuming function. Again, you go for generating a new thread. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's why threads are expensive. Threads are expensive. Okay, okay. Threads are expensive. Imagine there is a candle and there is no light and there is no matchbox. Oh my God. How you can generate a thread? And believe your single or forget. So how you can manage? So when you generate a thread to execute your function, and when a function gets executed, you're returning back your thread to app domain, and app domain to Win32, Win32 kernel. Oh my God. And after a few seconds, again you want new thread, again you generate a thread. But sitting in C# 8.0, 7.2, I don't think so. So to run the function, I will decide the thread. Why? Wait, it's a very first class for the threading. So one thing is quite clear. Sitting in C# 7.2 or 8.0, I decided to run the function. I will go for finding other things to run this function. I will not use a thread to run this function because once the function gets executed, I'm returning by thread to the pavilion. It's called app domain and kernel and Win32 process. So one thing is clear, threads are expensive, point one. Point two, threads, having a more threads, every component of the application is live. Oh yes, having a more threads from the app domain, every corner of the program is live, is live. So there is no context switching. We're having multiple threads as a multitasking, and you will not wait for other functions to be executed because you have got a separate threads. So multi-threading is good. If there is a multi-threading and there is a multitasking, okay. But multi-threading can give you disastrous result. Multi-threading sometimes can produce a disastrous result if you don't handle the threads safely by the programmer. So concurrency problem can likely to be occur in case of multi-threading. Otherwise, multi-threading always gives you an advantage to make your program live, because every corner is having separate thread. I decided to run this program over X thread, Y thread, third thread. Forget expensiveness, but I want to make my application live, so every corner should run parallelly. I have to go for multitasking, and multitasking can't possible without multi-threading. Okay. But multi-threading is good to make application live, user-friendly, but sitting in multi-threading environment, you can have the disastrous result if you don't handle the threads safely. Is called concurrency. So concurrency problem can be likely to be occur in case of a multi-threading. Okay. Otherwise, I prefer to go for multi-threading. But sitting in C# 7.2 or 8.0, sorry, I don't want to use this thread. I did this thread to handle my task. I have to find other aspects, other option. What is that option? We don't want to go there this time, sorry. Now, but one limitation is thread is, even though there is a multi-threading, even though, really, one major limitation of multi-threading over task. Whenever you go for multi-threading, you go for single threading, I'm really upset. They occupy the main thread. So if you generate a new thread, if you request to CLR, please give me new thread. CLR asks me, does one thread was not sufficient for your program? Does one thread was not sufficient? I said, it's a big application. By single thread, I can't handle the entire portion of the program. Please give me new thread. I'm requesting you, sir, please give me new thread. The moment I'm requesting to CLR, he gives me new thread. Oh shit, he makes a child thread of the main thread. Disgusting. He makes a child thread of the main thread. Recall database architecture, cascade principle. If there is a primary key, there will be a foreign key. Foreign key can't exist, Sandeep, without primary key. But primary key can exist without foreign key. Oh my God. Primary key can exist without foreign key, but foreign key cannot exist without primary key. These are logical dependencies. Similarly, if you go for creating a new thread and borrowing the thread from CLR, and how CLR managing is a thread, that's internal working of app domain, that's different thing. But CLR always gives you new thread and he makes a child thread of the main thread. That's why main is blocked. Main is blocked. Main is blocked. But garbage collection is very happy. He said, I'm basically background thread. What is going on there? I don't know. What you guys are doing, I don't know. I got a background thread, so there is no chance of concurrency. And background thread has got the lowest priority compared to your foreground thread. That's why garbage collection runs periodically. But don't say garbage collection runs every second, every moment. Always keep in mind, or wait for the class of after 2 or 3 classes or 5 classes, the garbage collection. Great topic by great Sandeep Karan. I promise you, I'm having good command over garbage collection. So garbage collection. So don't say the garbage collection runs over separate thread for continuous. No. They don't run continuous, but they run definitely, because that thread has got lowest priority. As main event will come definitely, She will clean my kitchen. But when? I don't know. She has got the lowest priority. It's better. I can go, I can clean the kitchen. So foreground threads has having more priorities compared to your background thread. That's why garbage collection runs periodically, don't say continuously. But that thread has got lowest priority. Okay. So how we can, Sandeep sir, find out the thread priorities. Wait. So you can increase the priority for your foreground threads. Sorry, you can't control the background thread priorities by the programmer or for the programmer because it is being handled by CLR. Oh yeah, shit. It means I can't handle the background threads priority. Yes, bastard, you can't handle. Keep in mind. That's why garbage collection runs periodically. It don't runs in a streaming motion as the RX streaming. They don't support restreaming. They runs periodically, not continuously. And you can't set a priority for background thread. As we set a priority, I have to take a batch. No. I don't want to take a batch. I can cancel this batch. No. I don't want to cancel that batch. I can set a priority. Which batch is needed, which batch can be cancelable. Okay. So Sandeep sir, so you said concurrency problem. Yes, I said concurrency problem can be likely to be occur in case of multi-threading environment. So B takes the proper steps once you have multiple threads. Now, this is the cause I prefer the word called read only. Read only. So once we say static read only in C#, so if any variable, makes a single copy and the value of that variable cannot be changeable. Have you thought over this matter? Why? Static is good. Static can give you drastic results when you go for accessing concurrently. Okay. The static is good. The static can give you very poor result when something is common for everyone. One try to attempt to change, one try to attempt to update. So how you can maintain the common information by the static variable? Oh yes, this is the cause I have to go for static read only. A static read only as a snapshot. Everyone can go for accessing the data. No one can go for changing the data. That's called a static read only. So we generally apply a static read only in case of multi-user environment. Singleton is good and singleton is bad. Oh yes, really singleton is good, but singleton is bad. Why singleton is bad? Because global object by multiple applications always gives you concurrency issue. And in terms of database, we say deadlock situation. So this is the cause. Whenever you go for making a singleton object, mark as a read only. Okay. Now, so there is a function. There is a X function. Take an example. There is a function. What happens generally in C# programs when you write a space obj is equal to new a? What happens? Again, a space obj1 is equal to new a. What happens, Sandeep? Continuous, one or two times. Now you are creating multiple objects over single thread. You are happy, baby. 1 minute. Repeat a word, idiot. Sir, you are creating multiple objects. You are creating a multiple object under single thread. And you have got multiple functions. So you never get a deadlock, you never get a concurrency problem. Okay. So using the main function, if I make a 20 object or 40 object, you make a multiple objects. Every object runs under single thread and you got multiple functions within a class, idiot. There is a chance, never chance, you can have a concurrency problem because one after one, never gives you concurrency, because one object is calling one function, thread engaged, thread occupied, function execution over, go for calling the other function by the same object or other object, doesn't matter, threads occupied. So meanwhile this thread can't take other request. Okay, there is no chance of, by this function you can get a concurrency problem. Okay, okay. Multiple objects, single thread, multiple of functions, or even the single function. So this is a thing for single function. Then single function, multiple objects, single thread. Never be idiot concurrency. Never be concurrency, because you can execute one function, not execute one function. I'm having only one function. So one function is running by the object thread occupied. Second object is other object is basically trying to call the same function, but other object will not allowed to call the same function unless until the thread will not released. Okay, okay. One function, multiple object, single thread, never give you concurrency problem. Good help, good help. And Sandeep sir, can I change the sequence? Sorry, can I change the pattern? Yes, change the pattern. Change the pattern. It's a very tough darling situation for me when a Sunny come today and he says, I'm giving you or 10 or 15 developers of mine of same experience, and you guide him the preparations for Microsoft. Oh my God. So now I just canceled the Vikas Sharma batch of microservices. I was searching in Google, again again C, data structure. So we have to start his batch from 1st of July for C and data structure only. So again, we have to retain those knowledge and to find where is those knowledge is gone. So now Sandeep, the second point is we have one function, same mathematics, multiple object, and darling, multiple threads. Even though more than one thread, two thread. Take two thread. Arey yaar. This will always give you concurrency problem. CP, concurrency problem. Concurrency and concurrent is different thing, keep in mind. Concurrency is bad, concurrent is good. Now, pick up one object, chosen, call that function, thread engaged. Pick up any other object, chosen sir, and choose thread. So chosen, call the same function, Sarji concurrency. Because two threads are attempting to control the execution of function. How this could be possible? This is called round robin fashion. So when threads enter executing, threads busy, this thread enter meanwhile that time. So this is called a round robin fashion. The round robin fashion. So look at the impact of the output. Look at the impact of the output. So multi-threading is good, but single function multi-threading is always gives you a drastic result. So can you tell me one situation